All right, so here are your standard forms. Oops, it's sliding everywhere. So these standard forms you've got, this looks quite different than what you guys have seen in the past. So please don't just assume we're working this with this y equals x minus h plus k. If you look, we've got a 4, we've got a p, we've got y minus k. So there's a lot going on in it that you're going to have to take note. So we have a couple little pieces that we need to label. The first thing that I want to bring to your attention is this letter P. This P stands for the distance from the vertex to the focus, and we're actually going to call this FV. So it's the distance from the focus to the vertex. So wherever you see it to be, so it's going to be, in that case, it's that teeny little piece on both sides. Okay, so that's something that's labeled. So if you see that P is greater than 0, P is less than 0, focus to the vertex, that's what we're looking at. Okay, and that P value is actually going to help us find a couple other things. We've got the focus, the directrix, the axis of symmetry. You guys already know from prior units that it's x equals h. And then we have the vertex, which is h comma k. Again, that has not changed. And then the orientation on this one opens vertically. This is the generic one where x is squared and y is single. On the other side, we have the ones that are open horizontally, left and right, and the y is squared and the x is single power. And then you can see that the focus, instead of in the prior one was k plus p, it's now h plus b because you're looking at that horizontal side. The axis of symmetry is y equals k. And then the directrix is our h minus p. So you can see some of the differences and some of the similarities. The k on this left-hand one is going to determine the focus, axis of symmetry, the focus and the directrix, whereas the h is the axis of symmetry. And on the other side, the focus and directrix is h, and the axis of symmetry is k. So I know some things may not make sense, but please, please, please get this entire key concept written down because we're going to start putting some problems to it, and it's important that you have this whole piece. This is also found on page 423 in your book. But there should be no need to use your book since I'm giving you what you need. All right, go ahead, make sure you pause this and get this written down, and we're going to get into some examples on how to find, solve, determine everything that has to do with these parabolas.